Hello. Hi, everyone. This is DCE again, and thank you so much for clicking and listening to my recording, my channel, my video. Okay, let's talk about last night's episode 5 of season 8 of Game of Thrones. Well, I can honestly say, I'm truly shocked that things went down the way they did, okay? I'm shocked, but I guess I'm not too shocked, all right? First of all, Varys was right, and Sansa was right. Varys was right, and Sansa was right. Daenerys, whether she was justified in what she did or not, in my opinion, I don't think she was. She was totally wrong, and she has to die. Okay? She has to die. But Daenerys, in my opinion, and no, I have not read the books. I'm not a book reader. Well, of that particular book, okay? I do read books. But anyways, she was going to do what she did anyways. I really don't think that Jon not marrying her, I don't think that that's the reason why she decided to do that. It was planned all along, okay? And Jorah and Missandei, their death, of course, I believe it might have contributed to it a little bit. However, I think that if they lived, she was going to do what she did anyways. And Jorah and Missandei, they wouldn't have stopped her. Not at all. They probably had an influence on her decision making and probably could have reined some of the things she did in, okay, kept her from going a little too off the walls. But she was going to do it anyways, whether they was around or not, because she knew what she had to do from the jump, okay? And like I said, in the last episode, either it was the last episode, well, anyways, that Sansa knew that, and she felt in her bones and in her heart of heart, that Daenerys was up to something, okay? Yes, it was nice of Daenerys to help Jon and the rest of the people of Winterfell or the North to defeat the White Walkers. It was nice of her to do that. And yes, Daenerys loved Jon, okay? And Jon loved Daenerys, even though they didn't really have strong chemistry. Daenerys loved more than Jon. Three things she loved more than Jon. The idea of being the queen of the Seven Kingdoms, having that Iron Throne, her dragon, and Khal Drogo. She did not love Jon the way she loved Khal Drogo. Let's be real. She loved that man. And when he and that child died, I believe that way back when she made up her mind she was going to do whatever she needed to do and say whatever she needed to say to get hold of the Iron Throne. Point blank, period. And she did it. So Varys was right in his plot to try to keep her from taking power and wanted to kill her. He failed miserably. What's his name? Tyrion. Ooh, Tyrion. Please die, Tyrion. Die. Because Tyrion, you were dead wrong. Well, a lot of them were dead wrong. They thought she would do the right thing, but in her eyes, she was doing the right thing for her and for her people. And maybe she burnt King's Landing and all of those innocent people because she felt like they supported Cersei and her family. And if she let them live, they wouldn't support her. I don't know. She was wrong for that. But anyways, Tyrion, he just misjudged the whole situation. And I'm hoping that in the final episode he dies. I'm glad that Jamie and Cersei died. I don't have to go into details as to why I'm glad Cersei died, okay? But I'm glad Jamie died because he just did too much dirt to be redeemed. He did way too much to be redeemed. And poor Jon, well, he can't blame himself for her doing what she did. I don't think she snapped. I don't think Daenerys went mad. That was just what she wanted to do and knew and felt like what she needed to do all along. So he can't blame himself. But I'm hoping that in this final episode, I hope that he or Sansa kills her. Well, Sansa, or Arya. I hope one of them kill her. She has to die because that was just awful what she did. And she's just bloodthirsty, and she has that dragon. And I love Drogon. It's just a shame she misused him to do such carnage. It's a shame, but she did it, so she has to die. Will she die? I don't know, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm thinking that maybe Daenerys in the next episode, when she have all of her soldiers, and she might give some grand speech about her being the breaker of chains and how she did what she sought out to do, conquer the seven kingdoms. So who knows? She and her dragon and her soldiers, all of them might go off to some other kingdom someplace and do the same thing. I don't know. But I really don't think she's going to die or be killed in the next episode. It would be great to see her die. Jon is a Targaryen, so maybe he has some type of Targaryen mojo that he could use to try to win Drogon over, to use Drogon against his Khaleesi. I don't know. We'll see. But whew, that was an awful episode. I mean, it was a great episode, but it was awful what she did. It was awful. But she's not totally to blame alone. Of course, Cersei had a hand in it. She put those people behind those walls. How she thought those toy soldiers, well, those men who were toy soldiers compared to a dragon, how she thought they would be able to defeat the dragon because they killed one. I don't know. She, Qyburn, all of them, they misjudged Dany. Dany had enough time to go back and regroup. Her and the Unsullied and Greyworm, they regrouped. They came up with a plan and they executed. And I'm saddened to see Greyworm do what he did, participated in what he did. But hey, they were going to do all that. They were going to kill those folks from the beginning, from the jump. So yeah, that was horrible. Horrible. Good episode, but it was horrible what Dany and the Unsullied and the Dothraki did to the innocent people of King's Landing. Now, I am glad to see that the Mountain died. It's horrible that what's his name? His brother, the Hound, had to die, but hey, he had to do what he had to do to kill that monster. And Qyburn, ooh, Jesus, isn't that something? Qyburn, he pulled a Dr. Frankenstein. Qyburn, am I saying his name right? I'm not sure. Well, Qyburn decided he was going to play Dr. Frankenstein and brought the Mountain back as some undead monster. And in the end, what did the monster do? Turn around and killed him, just like Frankenstein. But anyways, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the final episode. I hope it's a bit longer. I hope Dany dies in it, but I would not be surprised if she lived. She takes her dragon and all her soldiers. They go off someplace else, and in the process of doing that, they're leaving the Starks and Tyrion and everyone else in King's Landing, leaving them with their guilt about what happened, and they have to try to find a way to pick up the pieces and to basically live in fear for the rest of their lives. because the White Walkers are gone. You're not afraid of the White Walkers anymore because they're gone. But Dany is still out there with her soldiers and her dragon. Could end up being dragons. I don't know. But you ain't fear of them returning. Isn't that something? I think that's a strong possibility that Dany and her people, they leave, but she makes it clear that she will be back. Now that's scary. All right. Thank you all for listening. Please share. Tell your friends about my little channel if you like it. Subscribe, please. Like it. Thank you for listening. All right. Peace out.